Coach. Thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Terry out there to keep this one away. It's fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
No, okay.
Just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there, and just ran him down.
Trubisky's throw pulled in by Robinson. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Oh, switching.
Drop five and pick up a 7 past the 30 to the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They're operating from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's one. A completion here.
Oh, I can't switch. Fuck. I can't switch. I gotta stop. Oh, fuck.
First down as he's brought down near midfield. Strong 80 yards will keep this drive going. For Zeke, one of the first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards, not as many as 1,631 that he had as
Like, fuck, it's dumb though. Like, why do I have to just stand there?
in the National Football League. On first down, looking deep for him. Incomplete. It would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
They've been targeted quite a bit on this drive. And finally, I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They saw the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
On second and 10, Locke. Is incomplete to Devin Funchess. That was the 8th play of the drive, so they settle a fitting pickup of 8 yards.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Oh, shit. That's crazy.
Many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Luck now, 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Out of the gun, Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Luck now to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Luck. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll start with a give to Cohen. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Showed a good move, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. Pierre Desir in on the stop.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Open man there is Patterson, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Trubisky to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Cohen. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Trubisky now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Again, it's Trubisky. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense.
That's how we do it, baby.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Trubisky to throw again. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Colts pick it up. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and the lead is now 10-3. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Go, let's go. Let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back up.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Alert, 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 alert. Here we go. Slam.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Third and long, it's Locke. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Trubisky will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the slant. 58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. You.
So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. This is taken at his 4. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of 2 there, second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now a play fake, and it's locked. Looking deep for Hilton. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Throwing on third down, Locke. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Lock in, lock in.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Completes it to the tight end, Burton. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down. Trubisky now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far, 1st and 10. Trubisky gives to Cohen, and he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting unit's still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Big loss here as he's taken down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. Now a first down throw. Luck. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Check out. 180. 11 feet.
Check 43. Check.
Now Elliott. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 10 yards out. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well that they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy.
And now look at him go. 30, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 75 yards. And the Bears cut into that lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Now Trubisky will lead the Bears up to go for 2.
You got nothing. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
Now it's Trubisky to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, watch this, watch this.
12, 12, 12.
Just beating the play clock is Love. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Love. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They go play action. Trubisky. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Twist! Topper! 18. 18.
Now Trubisky. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there is just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And it's going to be a short field to work with after this one. It's touchdown at the 45-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Off of play action. Love. Ebron caught left side.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also moved the sticks. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
65, 65.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman, and he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Again, it's Foreman. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Mike Bobo.
Here's the backup, Jacoby Brissett. Eluding the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Yeah, he's got it. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This fielded at the 2. Yeah, and he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
Oh, design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down.
I got you.
Leo! Get it!
Here's the first throw now for Chase Daniel. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Ricky.
They'll start on the ground with Hines, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Focus, defense, focus.
On 2nd down, it's Mack. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Good. Ain't together. Here we go. Strong left. Watch QB,
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And he connects with Ebron. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run with a former Ole Miss Rebel, Jordan Wilkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Watch the curl. Watch the safety creep. Check. Squeeze. Check hot, go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Here's Mack. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, 69 yards. And the Bears get a bit closer. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On second down now, it's Hines. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Let him know, let him know. 57 Mike. Mike 57. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. So they're forced to punt on 4th to cover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
But sometimes for the punt,
Known for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. So now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a
in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. King raps every time I'm through. Sing packing, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some justice shoes. Okay, 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Okay, death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up the pop out and pull off. Hat on and hood on, pedal to metal, when I put my foot on, I got to put on, I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a cruise on, receipts in my pocket, don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel,